Okay, we are back with the second part of the Phoenix saga, X-Men 133 through 137. I do not have a slab copy of 133, but this is my beautiful raw copy, as you can see. Perfectly centered. Not much wrong with anything, and as you can see, the book is just gorgeous, beautiful, and because it's my only copy that is high grade and raw, I never want to slab it, just so that I can read it. Let's take a look. This is a beautiful splash page, great angle. The original art of this page is also just stunning to look at. Let's see. The fight scene, of course, is fantastic. It's a great comic book. This panel here of Wolverine is just fantastic. I mean, I can stare at that panel for a long time. There's not much more I can say, but if you haven't read this book, hopefully someday you'll find your way into reading them, because I think it's about as good as Bronze Age comic book can be, or any age. I think this book is so good that it withstood to just about any book today, in my opinion. Okay, so that's my 133. 134 and 135 is also two books that I bought way back in high school and kept in great shape, and then I subbed them together with many of my early X-Men that you saw earlier in other videos. As you can see, the serial certificate number of CGC is sequential, just to show that they were subbed together and slabbed and graded together in orders. 134 is one of my favorite John Byrne cover for sure. My favorite three colors is black, red, and yellow, and even green. If you want to throw in then my four favorite colors in comic books. So this cover have it all. It's just stunning, gorgeous book. Unfortunately, many of the 134 that I saw out there tend to have a lot of not well centered book. So as you can see right there, it's have a big white spine, and even my raw copy, also high grade, also had the same issue, maybe not as pronounced, but outside of the misrep, this book is just stunning too. Not one flaw. If I sub this book, I'm sure it will be at least a 9.6, if not a 9.8. I can sit through here and flip through every page, but that will make this video a little bit too long. It's a great book, great covers. And then 35 is the same. This book is perfect, perfectly centered, as you can see. Nothing's crooked. Beautiful cover. My only complaint would be the color of the costume. Somehow it didn't look right to me. It looked almost brown, but I don't know. Not much else to complain about, that's for sure, of this book. And I also have a gorgeous raw copy of this book. Not as well centered as my slab copy, but I'm just really happy that over the in early days of my collection, I was able to buy and kept many of these issues is in good shape, because it makes reading them now a lot more fun. The battle scene here between Dark Phoenix and the X-Men is just fantastic. As usual, as you can see here, beautiful shot of Dark Phoenix. As you can see, her costume is more reddish. That's why I wish the cover was more red in them than brownish. It would have made the cover even, I think, more beautiful if it was reddish in color. Of course, then you go on to X-Men 136. I rank one of the great cover again. Not much to be said about this book, that's for sure. Nothing wrong with it. It's beautiful. You know, when it comes down to like 9.6 or 9.8, you know, this usually is the differences is so minute that it doesn't bother me one bit to not have a 9.8. I love this cover. It's definitely ranked up there in my top 5 John Byrne cover. What I love is how the X-Men logo is repair. It's neat how, you know, in the previous issue, of course, Phoenix crumbled it, and then in this issue is repair. Not completely, but it's coming back together. It's neat. I'm not sure who came up with that idea, but kudos to John Byrne if that was him that thought about doing that. It's neat. And let's see, I also have a beautiful raw copy of that issue. And I must have reread the Phoenix Saga more than any storyline in my collection. And here's a gorgeous splash page of Phoenix. It's beautiful. I'm not sure this is the first time you see this pose, but anyone that collects comics can tell you that this similar pose had been swiped in many covers in the past many years. So I'm not sure if John Byrne did this first, and then, you know, of course you have many other people did it, from the Death of Supergirl to many other characters, but it's been swiped many times. Last but not least is 137. I also submit this one. I have, gosh, 5 or 6 copies of this book, and I picked out the best one that I have, and it was a 9.6. I still have, I think, the other 5 raw copies. So one of these days, if anybody need them, let me know, because I have them. I don't need 5 or 6 copies, that's for sure. But a gorgeous cover, iconic. But you know, I wouldn't put it in my top 5 favorite John Byrne cover by any means, because you know, there are just so many good ones, but this one definitely is worthy of nomination of the top 5. But it just didn't squeak in there. It's for sure number 6 in my book. And of course, I have one of the nice raw copy here. I can flip through this, read right now, but just to make this video not too long, I was just go to this page here. Here is a gorgeous double page spread by John Byrne once again. Beautiful. And for the X-Men fan out there that is not versed with the different ending, years later, Marvel did put out this book to give you an insight on the original ending of the book. It's neat. Basically, it reprinted 137, which is nice because now it's in different paper, and the color definitely pop even more. So it's gorgeous, and the only difference is the ending. As you can see, in the original comic book, shortly after this page right here, Jean Grey killed herself. But here is the ending that was originally drawn but not published, and they published what happened. Instead of killing herself, this is what happened. Jean Grey was spared. They took away her power. I'm sure this is not news to most people that are X-Men fan, because if you're a big X-Men fan, most likely you have known and heard or read of this alternate ending before. But for those that for whatever reason haven't, this is it. So this is the alternate ending to the storyline, and it's neat because this book also have the brief interview between Terry Austin, John Byrne, Chris Claremont, as well as Jim Shooter, the man that basically told them to scrap the original storyline and find a more suitable ending, because he thought the Dark Phoenix killing the entire planet was very harsh, and the punishment was not fit with the crime at the time. So it have a good discussion of all the key player of the book at the time. So if you haven't had the chance to read this book, I'm sure you can go on eBay and find it for pretty cheap. I've seen it for sale for $1 or $2 all the time. And here is a beautiful page of issue 138. If the original ending was published, this would be the splash page for issue 138.